I'm giving you this process you can follow so that by the end of the video, you can seamlessly bring on an experienced and reliable video editor who can take full control of your content post-production. Quick intro to why you should actually listen to me. My name is Magic. I have generated over 500 million views across YouTube. I worked as a video editor for some of the biggest YouTubers across all niches, and since then I have literally got to the top of the video editor ranking according to YouTube Jobs, which is a site I'll touch on soon, but it basically connects the best talent with the best creators. And since I got more work opportunities than I can handle, I started an editing agency, which is where I learned how to hire lots of editors, manage them, and now know how to distinguish the good from the bad. Now with that out of the way, you know I'm the perfect person to help you with the problem you're currently facing. So how to actually hire a killer video editor. So I basically broke this down, I think it's into like 4 or 5 different steps. I didn't overfill this Miro board with pointless information. There's just genuine value here. First of all, you need to choose the right platform, right? Everyone goes to Upwork and Fiverr. Those are old, overpopulated with low quality talent. In today's world, YouTube Jobs is the best new talent, and there's 2 ways to use YouTube Jobs. You have the paid posts, which obviously cost money, but it brings hundreds of inbound editors so that you can review their applications and decide whether or not to move forward with them. Or you can also use the social feature, which is free, but it just takes a lot of time to individually click through each profile, review the video, message them, etc. For both of these options, you're going to want to do a trial, which we'll get into in a second, but no matter what option you pick, you need to follow these steps to filter the editors straight away. The first crucial thing I would look for is the verified badges. These are verified badges. I think there's 6 of them. I have 4. There is a red ruby one if you are verified by someone with over 100 million subs, and there is a bronze one which is verified I think between 0 and 100 subs. I have all the ones going from 100 to 10 million subs, and those are the most common ones, so this is what they look like. But this step alone will save you hours of time, because a lot of people can simply fake their work by claiming videos that aren't theirs. Therefore, there's no point in looking through someone's work if they don't have any of it verified, because they could have just lied. Look for these badges to find editors that have verified work. These are my clients, for example, and as you can see, next to their names, all the verified ones have a badge. Once you know that they're verified, I would definitely look for someone with a showreel or a montage, because not having a showreel nowadays means that the editor A doesn't have enough experience to create a showreel or montage, or B isn't proud of their work. I think every good editor who I came across has a showreel or montage, and this is typically the first thing I watch, because you get to see their highlights of their editing career in one piece of content, rather than skipping through and trying to find what's good in their edit. If someone has a showreel, it will save you time from looking through the individual videos and skipping through to find impressive editing. Now, these 2 steps are absolutely crucial in my opinion. Once you find an editor who has a showreel and who has verified work, you have to check their results, not always views. Now, even though I have lots of views, you shouldn't be looking for someone with lots of views specifically. You should look for someone who is professional, who has testimonials and case studies. And so here are some of my testimonials. If you look through these testimonials, you can see that everyone's happy, but they also say things like very communicative, responds quickly, helps you align your vision to your videos to get you the results you're looking for, takes feedback really well, attentive to detail. These are the kind of things that you want to look for, not just good at editing, right? Because from what I've noticed, there are editors who are good at editing, but they are super unprofessional, and it's just impossible to work with them when you're trying to expand your business, because you're messaging them, they're taking days to reply, they're arrogant, and it's just a pain to work with them. And trust me, that's not how an editor should be. But as I said, no matter what option you pick, whether it's the paid post or you're scouting for video editors yourself, you will need an editing trial. No matter how much research you do, it's still essential to do a trial before actually committing to an editor. And you have 2 options. You have the paid trial and the free trial. It's completely up to you. The paid trial will 100% attract the serious editors. They will spend a lot more time on the actual trial itself and put more attention to detail. But the free trial will have a larger number of applicants. Here's an example of a trial that I've made before. Now, even if you are doing a trial, please stop adding stuff like must be responsive, must be like, it's just pointless noise in the trial. Just get straight to the point, because even the people who aren't responsive or communicative are still going to apply. I don't think that deterred anyone from actually applying. So this is kind of an example of what you want. You want the most important stuff in there, and that's it. You don't want anything else. Footage, general editing notes, a reference video, few notes, and maybe another reference video, and that's it. Contact information, and that's all you really need, you know. Here I have listed out what you actually need in your trial. You should always have some sort of reference, because if you don't, most editors will actually come to you and ask you for a reference. And if you don't actually have a good reference, I'll leave a link up here to one of my previous videos, which I'm very proud of, and I think it's a good overall video to show good structure, good quality animations that you can send over as a reference to your own edits if you want. Next up, you need assets like footage, obviously, color schemes, fonts, logos, any sort of consistency see that your business wants to maintain throughout all social media platforms. Like if you have a blue color scheme, mention that in the trial so that the trial has a blue color scheme as well. And although it might not seem important, the goal for the trial is to see if the editor is the right fit for you. So you want to get that trial as close to the finished product as possible. Now, which one would I actually personally recommend? I would always recommend trying out about 5 to 10 editors with a paid trial. And if you get any editors who don't have a good portfolio, they're not verified, they seem a bit sketchy, I would still try them out and send them a free trial because it doesn't hurt you. But for the editors who are clearly valuable and you don't want to waste your time, I would 100% suggest a paid edit, because a lot of the good editors are really booked out, trust me, so they won't even do a free trial nowadays. Step 3 is fundamentals, not fun. This is where I'm going to start getting into like the more niche stuff that I found, because as someone with over 500 million views generated across YouTube, working with countless different editors, I've noticed that animations are simply a money drainer, and a cool animation isn't an automatic lead converter. Now, if you're watching this, you're likely trying to scale your YouTube channel in order to make sales for your business. A lot of people just want cool animations, but they don't understand the amount of time, effort, and energy it takes to actually create a good animation. A good animation can take just as long as the rest of the video itself, which will drastically increase the cost of the video. And even if the animations are good, that doesn't mean that the actual video will be good. For example, the Iman Ghazi style has taken over the past few years, and it's for a good reason. His animations are extremely high quality, but he spends a lot of money on them. And you got to keep in mind that most editors are self-taught and they learn by doing things that they actually enjoy, which is why you see a lot of editors can add funny clips, memes, etc., but don't know how to do the most crucial editing skills. I have this very basic pyramid over here, which consists of the foundation of the actual edit, right? Which is trimming a video correctly, keeping the same theme, amateur mistakes like glitches, spelling, unprofessionalism, and audio levels. Those are the bottom of the pyramid. That's what you need for a video to actually just be viewable. Then we have the basic structure viewability, or BSV, which is things like, is there a visual effect when needed to visualize a point? Is there a forced joke and a serious explanation that doesn't fit the style? Does the music complement the video, or is it just distracting? And countless other points which I won't even get into. But then as the cherry on top, at the very top of the funnel, we have animations. It just makes everything look prettier. It gives it that really professional feel to the video. And I'm not saying it's not nice to have animations, but it's absolutely not essential to have animations. And if you heard everything I just said, you should understand that when you're watching an editor's previous work, you shouldn't skip through to the cool effects, because you need to pay attention to the fundamentals first. Actually watch the video from start, maybe not to finish, but at least watch the video normally and don't just skip through it. And as you're watching it, are you getting bored of the video? Is there a lot of stuttering in the video that could have been easily cut out? Is there weird glitches that you can see on screen that are a very easy fix? Is it just a pleasant watch in general? It's just very basic things that you can see a lot of editors are lacking. And the mistake a lot of people make is they hire someone who can do unbelievable animations but who doesn't have fundamental knowledge, so the video just comes out really bad. But if you've done everything so far, you should have a trial. You should have verified editors who are actually sending you the trial, and they should actually have fundamental skills with maybe some cool animations, but in general, they should just be a good overall editor, right? So the next step is actually corrections and sharpening. Now, although this might seem like, okay, we've hired an editor and now we're doing corrections and sharpening, I disagree. I think that you should still do the corrections and sharpening to essentially see the capabilities of the editor currently. So basically, most editors should know this, but if someone sends you a video and you're adding revisions, don't be the guy using Google Drive in 2024. It is a nightmare to work with. Frame.io is a must. It has an unbelievable system for revisions where you can actually draw on screen, point to exactly what you mean, add timestamps to comments, color code, everything. And it has easy back and forth for different versions of the edit. If you haven't heard of this software, this alone will save you so many hours. And even if you've done all of the previous steps I mentioned, you still need to review and check up on actual videos. And it's likely you didn't hire some omniscient editor, so you will still need to write feedback. But feedback is extremely important and you want to take it very seriously. The goal isn't to tell the editor what to change, but what they need to learn moving forward. Here's a very basic example I wrote just to kind of drill this point even further. A bad example would be something like change camera here. And a good example would be something like change camera anytime I look left, because that's when I'm looking at the screen. Obviously, if you did follow the previous steps, the editor should know these kind of basic things. But since this is a general video on hiring an editor, I don't know the exact niche or service you're providing, so I don't know the exact problems that your editor is going to face. Because of the nightmare that hiring a video editor can be, editors that don't meet deadlines, that aren't okay revisions, that don't respond quickly, come up with excuses and all these kind of things. If you do have someone like that, you're going to have to find someone else, because trust me, working with an editor should be a relief and not a headache. Now, I'm not saying this is not time consuming, but this is how to actually correctly hire a good video editor for YouTube. But are you striving for success on YouTube? Because video editing is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to marketing your business on YouTube. You also have to find winning ideas which are in high demand and low supply. You have to write a captivating script, create eye-catching thumbnails. You have to hire a YouTube manager to make sure that that every operation is running smoothly. You have to target your leads correctly. You have to warm your leads throughout the video. And if you thought hiring a video editor is hard, well, now you have to go through the same process to find a thumbnail designer, a script writer, a YouTube manager, and then you have to build systems around everything and manage them all. I've been running my editing agency for a while now, and the biggest problem for me is that editing alone can't provide tangible results to my clients, which is why now I actually help businesses scale on YouTube in order to essentially build them as an authority figure in their niche and attract their ideal client profile. I myself have been on YouTube for over a decade now, and I know how to actually make an evergreen video. For example, this video here was a super specific video that targeted a very small niche, and it is extremely evergreen, ranking at the top of YouTube search to this day, bringing in about 550 views every 2 days. So imagine now that you own something like an AI automation agency, and your video talking about AI automation ranks at the top of YouTube search for anyone looking for AI automation. Clearly, you don't even need that many views to actually sell your high ticket offer to, right? All you need to do is basically find the exact client that you're looking for and position a YouTube video in front of them, because a YouTube video essentially works as a lead magnet. It introduces your product or service to your ideal client, and then they can simply jump onto your website, which is why if you do have a successful business, I'm going to leave you with 2 options. Option 1, if you're making about less than 10k a month, I'll leave you with one of my free YouTube videos, which you can click up here, which goes over this whole process in more detail so that you can actually apply it to your own business and so that you can understand the YouTube landscape for businesses a bit more. But if you're interested in a complete done for you YouTube service, then I strongly suggest you click the link down below, which will bring you to my website, where you can see my case studies, where you can see my previous clients that I've worked with. You can see many testimonials, which also brings you to free training where I go into a little bit more detail with everything. And if you like what you see, if you like all these case studies, like the video that went from 1.6k to 918,000 views for one of my clients in the very first video, then feel free to book a call with me. Since we only work with businesses we know we can actually generate results for, we need to take a look at your business and make sure that everything is good on our end before we can actually work together. Also, if you actually are interested in working with my editing agency, feel free to reach out, but I can't promise that we will work with you because we don't work with everyone across all niches. We're pretty specific, but feel free to reach out. I'm open to any questions. Thank you for watching, and bye.